Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Europa Universalis IV with me, Alfapiomega, Meiou and Taxes, Historical Immersion and Bohemia. So we are now in the post-war, where we have helped Austria to gain a number of new territories, unfortunately. And our army is recuperating back in Praha under the command of Bolesław from Hussy, and we are reinforcing them slowly because our treasury is kinda strained. It's hard to, find money into this because most of the subsidies that we have are now gone, and we're paying quite a lot for advisors because, we need those technology points. I'm managing to stay ahead of many nations, but Austria-Hungary is slightly ahead of us. But not in military, that's the good news. Not in military at all. Now, one thing that I was thinking about is that the Just Queen would probably crack down on the greater nobles and try to revoke the noble criminals court privilege, which makes it so that nobles are governed by different rules than other subjects. So let's do that. I'm expecting this is gonna hit my stability really badly, but what can I do? I was thinking about it, and I think that Just Queen would take this opportunity to curb them at least a bit. We can't really do much of anything else at this point, just rest. We're getting quite a lot of starvation, especially in Chasovsko. That's the, biggest, most developed province, so you always get hit when you have the chance. So let's see what the nobles will do. Our legitimacy is really bad too. Prestige is kind of high, which is great. They're furious. Yeah, no kidding. No kidding. But we had to do it. We have the electors secure, Verla, Saxony, Astrier, and Cologne. Okay, let's see how much we got hit. 3 stability points. We're down to -2. That's just awesome. But hey, we removed one of their privileges. And that's just how I want it. This is gonna put a dent into the centralization effort, of course, but I know. It's just another thing that I do for roleplay. It would be better to just wait, but Just Queen, she's gonna do these reforms if we like it or not. Nobles demand old rights. The nobility during this period still recall the days when the king was just the first among many nobles. The nobility wanted to return to these days and would frequently pressure the king to regain certain lost rights and privileges. So we can accept demands, which means that we will get extra loyalty but extra monthly autonomy, or reject the demands. I think that after the huge backlash, the queen is pressured to accept the demands. That's not gonna hurt us that much, and it increases their loyalty. Oh, we got Kalistine scapegoats. Tensions in Bohemia have simmered over into a spontaneous pogrom, and we must decide how to react. In times of turmoil, people look for something tangible to blame their troubles on. In an age in which faith held sway over the population, a few things were easier to point fingers at than heretics and heathens in the midst of the true believers. Tales were told of them snatching babies, poisoning wells, betraying armies to the enemy, or secretly desecrating Catholic scriptures and invoking the wrath of God on the entire nation. At times, such stories could spark a spontaneous pogrom against a minority, who were often powerless to protect themselves from the mob. Rulers were even known to orchestrate such pogroms themselves in order to turn the ire of the peasants away from their own flaws to an easy target, one they had no interest in dislodging permanently. Consider carefully. Others in Praha and across Bohemia will see our decision as royal policy. Well, we have a Just Queen, so we're not going to turn the blind eye to it. We're gonna send an army to restore order, which is gonna hurt a bit of our military power, and the tolerance of heretics and heathens is gonna be increased. One thing that happened is that our commandant has died, and now we're raking in money pretty much. So I'm gonna repay the loan that I have now. And let's look if we can get a new advisor. So you're aged 36. But I think the manpower recovery speed would be even more useful. Yeah, let's get Franciszek Józef Komensky. Is gonna help. Gonna give us... Oh, Austria is offering us royal marriage. I'm okay with that. And we managed to regain a bit of stability. So we are at -1, and I think next year, yeah, we're gonna get to 0. That was another heavy hit from the nobles. They're getting uppity, the little bitches. 54.5 among landed estates. Annual income. They got tons and tons of privileges. The autonomy is really bad. We're gonna get another personality trait in a year. So we're gonna enjoy the queen with 2 traits, while Petra is still 2 years away from the throne. How's the centralization going? Not bad. Autonomy is decent. Prešporok is 95. You're at 89 and dropping. We finished a fort in here, so I would like to build a road. But I think that would be, that would be very expensive. Manpower, we don't have enough. Not enough rural or urban wealth. They do have enough urban wealth, so we could take that and then supplement it with money. Boys will be boys, just queen, and family first again. What kind of daughter? Yeah, we could never allow her to misuse her office. She's still a just queen, so she will not give that much privilege to him. Wow, they got 99% autonomy. And we can get the caravels. Caravels. Portuguese exploration of Africa led to rapid development in shipbuilding. As other nations heard of their success, they too adopted the caravela redonda style of ship. Extra trade range, maximum colonial range, extra settler growth, caravels, and other ships. Let's look at the institutions. The institutions are spreading decently to our provinces. Some are over 50, some are almost at 60. One is at 89. Okay. So Czasovsko 89. What was at 60? Chebsko and Pozeńsko. So these two will get there too. I think we're gonna save a bit of money now. Because the queen is just, so she would probably want to give the throne to her son in as good a state as possible. So let's just reinforce the army a bit, so that we have it prepared. How bad would it be if she started... Let's keep it drumming for now. It's gonna get better when we get our forces reinforced. And I would like to purchase the Swedish copper, but I can't. So it's not the drill. Purchase the copper, then I'm gonna set the forces to drill and reinforce. It's 27th of May, 1477, and I devised a plan. My queen is aggressive. I don't know what her son will be like, but because we are aggressive and because we have a mission called Secure Eastern Border, which is pretty much just claim the territory of Brandenburg, I have checked out the situation there. Brandenburg is a junior partner of Verona, which is a fairly weak country. So I'm devised a plan that I think that our queen would be interested in the East Albion territories, which are specifically Havelland, Mittelmark and Lebus, these three. The reason is that we don't want to attack our allies, Austria, Poland, or Meissen. The rest is somehow vassalized to us, and Bayern is not really, you know, that's a different culture completely, Bavarian, and we have nothing to do with them. However, these subjects we know. There's a road leading north that we are going to expand, and unless our son has some sort of, you know, pacifist or I don't know, a coward trait, we are going to do what we can to get Brandenburg into our zone of influence and take them away from Verla. Eventually, maybe even vassalizing them. I'm not sure. If a war would break out, we could ask them to give us provinces and releasing them, in which point I might want to vassalize them if it's possible. I'm not sure. They're pretty big. Meanwhile, our troops have reinforced and we are drilling them because our queen, aggressive queen especially, now that we know that, would make sure that our army is top notch. The army professionalism is really poor, unfortunately. I haven't been doing that well on money, investing quite heavily in Bohemia, as you know. However, our capital is thriving. We have 189,000 people living there. Trenchin and Prešporok and Novohrad has grown a bit, which is nice. We're back to zero stability, which means that our centralization is going by 0.22 every year. That is nice. Technology is being researched, which is also nice. We got the block books coming very soon, at which point we are going to get the aristocratic ideas. And we have the next military technology coming, which are the pike squares, which will increase the combat with infantry ability and such. So things are progressing pretty well. I'm happy. We're getting, you know, quite a lot of technology points. Not as much as we could, but Bohemia is doing good for what it's worth. The only rival I could take is Austria. I'm not entirely sold on that idea, but we'll see. We'll see. I am, however, very iffy on whether or not we're going to support them in the next war. But at this point, all of the provinces that we claimed are the provinces that they could not get. So, yeah. Family first. This is another one of those events, and in this case, unfortunately, it's money. And as the... Wow, I don't know how to put this. As the subjects of the queen, they have very high influence. She's aggressive. Actually, she's aggressive and just, so she would probably... Yeah, she's going to tell them to fuck off again. I was thinking that as it's only money, she would probably not do that. But she would. They are completely autonomous at this point anyway, so she does not give a flying, you know, about them. They've been in conflict for a while, and her just attitude is probably what's pissing them off. I don't like these requests though. They're hurting us. But the king will be on the throne very soon. He's 14 already. Too bad I can't introduce him. Yeah. Getting decent amount of money. Troops are training. That's good. That's gonna increase our army professionalism significantly. What is it increasing by 0.9 or 1%? Wait, it says here, right? Yeah, 0.9. Okay. Decent. I checked that Chasovsko probably built another building, and the paved roads that I've ordered there are already finished. So they have a decent urban gravity of 28,000. Maybe they will soon be... soon fall to the burghers instead of the greater nobles. That would be nice. Treason against Bohemia. Oh, it's this one again. Let's punish the perpetrators. Let's get a bit more of army professionalism. Again, she is just. And hey, here's the king. Peter III Kingsky, elected. Peter Third's attention to detail and superior administrative skill will aid us in reforming our administration and maximizing our taxes. Our consort regent Alžběta has stepped down and allowed Peter to take the control. Okay, so who can we get a royal marriage with? No one at this point. Okay, that's just great. But imperial authority is pretty good. And despite what this claims, believe me, they are fine. They are fine. So let's wait for the actual trait, which should be now. He's honest. Okay, that's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good. Well, the young king is to a great start. His spy master has died. That's just great. I think he was actually kind of expensive. Yeah, it was a level 2 advisor. So let's get... Oh, let's get you. +1 diplomatic relation is going to be awesome. Yeah, that boosts us by 2 for the price of 1. And then he embarrasses the court, which can take away stability points, stability or nothing. And I'm pretty certain that I know what the game is going to throw at me. And of course, fucking just kill me. Okay. Well, I was wondering about the honest king and the plan to attack the north. And I think that's actually pretty easy to deal with. We are just gonna... Where are you? Wow, I can't find it. Send an insult here. We're just gonna send an insult to Brandenburg, and we're gonna send an insult to Verla, which is unfortunately one of the electors, so we'll have to make sure that we are pretty strong in our boots when we're gonna piss them off like this. But hey, you know, the claim is gonna continue. Our army is drilling continuously, which is nice, and we are going to lay our first claim very soon. I guess we need 40? Oh no, 58. 58 to lay a claim. I guess that's a modifier for the... How big of a chance? 0 at this point. Okay, let's hope that we will be able to claim these provinces soon. Well, this time we got the House of Lobkowitz, another very old traditional house in the Bohemian Kingdom. And the son, Marie, is really good, and the son, Yizi, is really good as well. Actually, way better than Peter himself. So let's name him Matyáš after our father. Can we get the name? Okay, we should just put it there. I'm not sure if it was with... If it was with the... Industrious Queen. Interesting. If it was with the symbol that makes it... You know, if it was like... this... Or if it was like this... How's the... What? Come on, game, what the hell are you doing? I don't know what the name was. Come on. Can you just put it there, game? Nope. Okay, anyway, I'll do that in between episodes because I need to figure out what the name was. And when I know what the name was, I'm going to name him after our father, and then I'll start the next episode. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time with some more Europa Universalis 4. So join me then